Hello, hello, hello. It took almost, well, it took all morning to upload a video. I did like 27 minutes long, so I will keep these around 10 minutes, I hope. I just answered an 800 number call. Most calls come up scam likely. I think it's important for us to start answering the calls. If you're believing for the manifestation of miracle money, miracle income, it's important to start getting your numbers. I think the most crucial thing that I owe, and I say crucial, but long-standing thing that I owe is my student loans. And I asked for her, I asked of the dates of that particular loan and the total amount. And so now I have a number in my head, as well as on paper, that shows that I am willing to take the steps necessary to acknowledge these loans, no matter how much of it is interest and all that. Excuse me, there's no place for name calling and frustration. It just says, I believe that I'm graduating, if you will, in my own way. I'm self-graduating myself to consider myself accomplished in that area, and so I'm willing and ready to pay back those student loans. Administrative office system, media studies, media studies and office administration were the two main degrees that I was looking at. And I saw linguistics and communication, and I just thought, when I saw the outline, that's too long, it's too thick, if you will. I knew I wanted something communication, and of course now, many years later, I would be embracing those classes, and I feel like I already did in a quantum kind of way. I went ahead and did self-study, but like I said, I'm acknowledging my signature for taking those loans out, and I think the wisdom, or I know the wisdom in acknowledging that to the universe, and then expecting the money to come to get those paid off, and again, doing so in those fields, being a communicator, getting into, this is film, this is study, so I'm showing my degree, if you will, in studying the media, studying the medium between me and other. And so I identify with alpha. So media to me is the ID of the alpha in me. And so I pass that puzzle along to you. Speaking of puzzles, it says it's processing, and it's definitely beyond what it was at first. Religion as a puzzle game. I don't want to delete my videos too quickly and they're not uploaded, so I was trying to make sure that the video is uploaded before I take it off of my computer. But switching back to the phone so that it's a little bit more clearer, and again, just maximizing my production here. I am looking for an editor and writers, you name it, teachers, people that want to build a retreat and help people to, kind of like a real life matrix, just to put it plainly. Not necessarily in a house, some woman's house that bakes cookies, but a retreat of sorts to get us to a place where we can go beyond our conflict and our problems and get to a place of creating again. If we are fighting and resisting, then we're not creating. And so, or we're creating based on response versus spawning. And so I'm spawning a new dawn, a new golden age of communication, excitement, to bring others out. I think that's still the most valuable thing that we can do, as healing is a process. Well, when we don't call it healing, we can call it maintenance. So heavy maintenance on our equipment, on our temple. I'm here to help you carve out your different blocks to build your pyramid of self and self ideation, ideation, identification, and how you want to show up in the world. If you want to show up in the world, you already have an energetic signature and thumbprint, fingerprint on your credit report, on people's lives, schools, universities, churches, libraries, places that you've taken your physical body, as well as, you know, the ethereal side of projecting. I wish I were in Paris, or I would love to visit Hawaii. Those are ethereal imprints that you've put on those places, impressions. So I want us to create a very physical manifest piece of paper with names or ideas on it that we plan to bring to fruition. So that's what a manifest is. It's like a roll call when you're about to travel the airwaves or the water waves. So they have to make sure everybody is checked in, everybody's accounted for, you know, count of heads. It's a trip. So trip to Earth was a trip, is a trip, and that's why many people take on, or the building blocks of government take on the responsibility of counting people in the census. And thank you for liking my videos. I am on Instagram, I believe, as GoaskVal and Val's Healing Products. Turn that off. And again, like I said, I'm giving good news. I'm giving positive news about doing your part in the cooperation, the co-creation of life and manifesting. Don't run from your bills. Don't run from the mailbox. You are the data. You can't run from yourself. Where you are, there will you be. Whether it's in Missouri, Illinois, Ohio, you know, Washington, D.C., there you will be, you know. And so for our minds to be in another place, if it's not intentional, by way of, again, projecting and things like that, then we are splitting our atom, if you will. We are splitting our creativity and imagination and our energy. So if it's not done for intentional manifestation of being on the other side, I invite you to realize how powerful it is to be present, stay present, and to clean up the bills and creditors around you, so that you can speak with so much more authority, so much more excitement, so much more altruism, autonomy. You can authorize your life in a very sovereign way, and yet without being rebellious or, you know, solving for the sake of, you know, testing your boundaries or trying to push and manipulate over others. So the power is in watching everyone have a pen in their hand and expressing themselves, whether it's through word scribe, you know, scribbling, or whether it's through a more continuous art form. It is still your expression of you and what you create on paper as a black print or a blueprint to your physical temple. I invite those who believe that they are ill in some way, symptomatically going through any kind of nasal problems or digestive issues, to draw a figure of your body and split the line, and then draw another figure of your body, maybe after you've done a few, you know, cleansing breaths, intentions that this is the old, now Dr. Me is going to transmute and cross over this line, and here comes the picture, the illustration of a whole body. So the well frame of my physical body. And so draw as many details as you can. This is not about, again, somebody grading this. This is about energetically speaking, writing, declaring in art form, science form, an intention to heal your body in a very childlike, which makes a very powerful kind of way, very creative way. So that being said, even if you don't have any paper and stuff handy, I'll do it when I get home and then stuff happens. No, do it now. If you're in a doctor's office, write on your leg, write on your hand, doodle in your mind. Again, it's about the act. It is about the intention. Of course, if you can put on a canvas, that much more, so you can go back and remember. But if you can't, then at least remind yourself of the pictures that you have in your head, the vibrations that you want to hold of a whole body, money in the pockets, love in the heart, clarity and good sense in the brain, in the temple, in the mind. All right, take care, and I'll see you again on the other side.